Hello, here is John Doe, the Prepper, Preppers TV. Today we will be continuing our work with the ropes and different type of useful knots. Useful knots not only in a survival situation or a catastrophic event, but also in everyday life. We will be using knots from sailing and climbing and mixing them because most of the knots are using in both conditions. I mean, also in climbing and also in sailing. I'm using this rope for presentation, of course, because it's thick enough to show things and detail you, show some work. But of course you can use these knots on much smaller ropes, much smaller diameters. Okay, so today we do the bowline. The bowline is the knot that you can use to make a loop, straight loop on the end, on the free end of line. The bowline name is from bow, of course. You can use it to make a bow line for a piece of bow. You have a paracord and any other thicker, tiny rope, and you make an improvised bow. Okay. Of course, in previous video we were making the double 8 figure knot. I show you to remind you, and it also could be used to create a bow line. But the main disadvantage of this double 8 is quite bigger knot here, and maybe you don't want to have such a big on your bow. So to create a bow line, you do as follows. There's a little bit tricky stuff, so I will show you my it's not mine, of course, I've learned it also, but at the beginning you create a U letter like this. This is U, okay, and now with the right hand you grab the line here and you go to the left side here and you do some kind of movement which looks like this. Okay, so you have such a movement, this movement. I'll show you again. At the beginning it could be confused, but you hold with right hand, 2 fingers, go over the side of line and you make movement, okay? And you have such a movement now, and you are taking this long ending, and with this that you are holding into fingers, you do one loop and go back inside hand here, inside hand. Okay, here. And if you now you can adjust your loop size. It could be bigger or smaller, whatever you want. But now you have a little tolerance to create a loop as big as you want. And this is the bow line, the perfectly created bow line. As you can see, I could very tight use a lot of force here. It's very good knot for a bow. It's self-straining. It's the stronger you're pulling here, the knot is holding stronger. Big like the double 8 figure line. Very useful knot, and not very big like the double 8 figure, for creating a loop at the free end of the rope. So if you want to create a bow line, to create a bow, both endings of the rope, you create a bowline. I'll show you again, maybe a little faster. So create the U letter. On the right hand you get the free ending. Grab with the fingers, go over the line, make the movement, go around with those lines and go back here again. And now you have the bowline. Okay, this is all for this presentation. So we get the bowline knot. You need to keep it practice creating knots. I think it's very useful stuff for many situations, in a home, in a garden, in a work, and of course in survival situation. I think such a knowledge maybe someday will save your life. Stay focused, stay sharp, and be prepared. It was Preppers TV. See you later.